Hello everyone and welcome to Dracula Park Zoo. So if anyone saw my teaser that I did on Halloween Eve, I guess, you might have seen a quick overview of the park, but I thought that I would do a more in-depth view of the entire overview of the zoo. So quickly I'm just kind of panning around the, overhead view right now to see all the little points of interest, that sort of thing. But in a second, we're going to jump over into the first-person view and check it out. So today I am joined with Croco, Minty, and San.
Hello.
You get all
Hey guys.
So San is new. Croco and Minty are, returning people to the channel, of course. And and we're just going to kind of walk through the park and check it out. So let's get started. All right, so welcome to the park. This is the entrance when you first walk in. So a thing I wanted to highlight with this park was I wanted a lot of small details. So as you can see, basically I covered the entire thing in maple leaves so that it kind of looks like they're fallen leaves over the path and stuff like that. So they're all sunk into the ground. But basically you enter into this kind of pavilion area, and I made a little custom well, and then you would get your tickets here. I'm gonna do the Rudi Rennkamel where oh, I would like one ticket, please. Oh yes, thank you very much. You kind of have a little freebie exhibit here. So this was the first exhibit I built for the zoo. Probably one of my least favorites in retrospect. I don't know. Yeah, it was cool because I remember this was around the time Minty was going to be in the competition as well.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna skip this time.
Because basically this was all for the Planet Zoo official Discord Halloween competition. So basically we just had to make a Halloween zoo. So this is the first enclosure. At first I didn't really know what I wanted other than I was going to make a graveyard. So I made a bunch of different grave types. I just had some basic ones that are just ones sticking out of the ground. I had some sunk into the ground.
Just like your typical headstones?
Yeah, just typical headstones. I had these that are little crosses. And I don't know where the animals are, but I eventually settled on this is my Hyena Enclosure. So here's one of the hyenas sleeping. I don't know where the other one is, but basically, yeah, it was just a little graveyard section, and I just wanted it so that as you entered the park, you kind of could see all of the weenies in theme park terms or points of interest. So you saw the glowing waterfall, the pumpkin, the castle, the wolf, etc. And then I made some custom props. So I made this little skeleton. And a thing I actually discovered is if you want to make convincing fake bones, use the chew toy object in the animal enrichment and literally just dye it white. It makes a nice little bone object that you can use. And obviously I've used a lot of blueprints, so I want to shout out any of the people that I've used blueprints for in this video. So these signs obviously were made by Rudi a while ago. This is one of his most popular old props he did. And the pumpkins, of course, that I'm using are made by Coland 1990. Yeah, so we can just kind of go through the park. So starting off, I made this big old pumpkin jack-o'-lantern centerpiece throughout the rest of the zoo. And you can either choose to go left or right. Either side you have one of two habitats. So this is the Cassowary Enclosure. I made a little murder scene, so it looks like the cassowaries killed someone or something of that nature.
I mean,
they have to be arrested.
It's not incorrect. Cassowaries really are vicious animals. One swipe at their what is it? Their feet, their talons. Talons, yeah.
They're
one
big
swipe
old.
of their talons can practically kill someone. So
Yeah, so they were just a nice little introductory animal besides the hyenas. And then if you go on this side, we have our Indian rhinos, which have nothing to do with Halloween, and you'll notice that a lot with a lot of the animals in this park is they're not really Halloween themed. They're just it's a general zoo that I made spooky. Um,
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah,
that's actually how Marco Polo described them when he first saw Indian rhinos.
yeah, so basically, but yeah, because basically the idea behind the rhinos was I made this yard at first, and then I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if you could climb up like this castle structure, and then you get like this secondary viewing that you could look at them from, like up here. So that was a nice idea. Which I guess we could start off with the castle. So this is the Dracula part of the Dracula Park Zoo. So I made a little bat decal, and you can go through the castle. It's kind of like almost like a Harry Potter style castle. Going through here, we have our Warthog Exhibit. Nothing too crazy here. It's just got some bones in it, and warthogs, obviously. Nothing super crazy. They have a little like cathedral area I made. Coming here, we have my group of cultist sable antelope. So I made a little like blood river running through, and it's coming out of this pentagram altar type thing, which glows in the dark at night. So that's a nice feature. At the end of this walkthrough, I'm gonna like show you all the big points of interest at night. So coming up, this was an idea that Minty had. He wanted a ghost pirate ship for monkeys. So based off the ghost monkeys, the ghost capuchin from Pirates of the Caribbean. So I made a little pirate ship. You can't really see the monkeys all too well. They'll sometimes climb up on the things, and there's bananas and stuff. There's one of the monkeys. You can see
Yeah,
up there.
yes, he wanna. Yeah. it's right there.
Oh, there's one climbing down. The whole ship's full of like 50 monkeys, so trust me, they're there. Yeah, you can see them hopping around and stuff. And then I made this little custom skeleton monkey holding a banana sword. And yeah, this one looks way cooler at night because I got the lighting and stuff so that it looks like an actual ghost ship. So I'll show that off at the end. Then basically you can see a little bit of our werewolf mountain, which is up here. And basically it's like the biggest enclosure in the zoo because it's a giant spiral mountain with wolves that climb up and down this little path or whatever.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Council Rock in the Jungle Book.
Yeah, so that was kind of the idea. I wanted like a big like spiral shape, just to make it a little more whimsical.
The aforementioned ship, that was by Jurre, right?
Oh yes, of course, yeah. That was Jurre's ship. I want to credit him. Thank you for reminding me. So he made the base ship. I just kind of destroyed it and made it, broken up and that sort of thing, and added the figurehead. Yeah, made the figurehead and that sort of thing. I chopped off some of the sails. So thank you for reminding me, son.
Yeah, anytime.
Then you just come along this path. So even though the wolf enclosure is like the biggest, it's definitely like probably not my favorite because like the viewing area isn't the best because you have some of the wolves over here obviously, but like there's some more back there. So this is a mixed enclosure with Arctic wolves and timber wolves. Technically the same species, but there's just like a bunch of wolves here. So yeah, you can see them eating and stuff. I don't know if anyone ever. I made this area. It's like a little like viewing area with glass. I kind of coax them with food. They'll sometimes come over here, sometimes not. And then just in general, you have a nice little overview of the zoo and the castle and
That's
stuff.
a really nice overview.
So only thing I didn't consider with this entire part of the map was the backtracking because I didn't have a. Ideally, I kind of wanted like if the game had them like an elevator that would take you back down to the ground level. Because yeah, otherwise you literally have to come. You have to come all the way back through the castle.
One of the upsides of backtracking is that sometimes you may discover something that you may have missed, like a hidden spider exhibit or something.
Yeah. And so, what way do you guys want to go? Well, let me first show this off. So this is the my little purple goo lake slash candy corn food court. So it's a little food court area. I have a little custom wolf statue I made, and you can get some candy and food and whatever. There's some bathrooms. I tried to make it like a functional zoo as best I can. So I guess we can go to the right and then we'll loop back around. So if you come through here after the cassowaries, I made like a nice. I wanted like a nice fall setting, so I have like some bobbing for apples sections and kind of gothic architecture everywhere, a little hay ride situation. And then we get to the Skelephant Graveyard. So this
build.
So this mammoth was made by Carlos G72 as part of his like museum set, and so I kind of filled it with a bunch of stuff, elephant skulls and that sort of thing. And so this is where the African elephants are, and the main mansion in the background was kind of based off of my friend Otter's idea. She wanted like a Victorian mansion style thing, and yeah, it does kind of look like the Jumanji one, and that was kind of where it really, seals the deal with that. I have like the elephants and stuff on the front. So that's my African elephants. We will have Indian elephants later on in the zoo. And then as we come around here, this is your first view at the crocodiles. Which, if you saw in the overview, the water is made purple by primitive pieces. So if you look at it from the top, like the water actually shines kind of purple, because I wanted it to be like a weird witch's bog goo type bayou environment.
A bubbling cauldron kind of thing?
Yeah, like something just, Halloween-y. And similarly, because I know a lot of people asked about the obviously neon green river running through the thing. This isn't a mod. I tried to get no mods in this entire thing. Technically I have one, but we'll get to it later. But these are all primitive pieces. So there's no actual water, it's just primitive pieces that make up the greenery. I added a little eyeball into the lake, just for more spookiness. But yeah, so if we come around here, you can see my Chimpanzee Enclosure, which I forget who said it exactly, but yeah, Croco is like, what if they're like escaped monkeys from like a evil laboratory, and so they escaped, and like I wanted like this kind of like Whomping Willow Harry Potter style tree, and so the monkeys will, or the monkeys being one of those people.
Monkeys, chimps, what's the
yeah,
difference?
the chimpanzees will like climb up the tree and that sort of thing and just chill here. So I mean, it would be cool if they could like swing on the gondola and stuff, like the National Zoo like O-line for the orangutans. And then the laboratory though idea. There's not much in it. It's just some concession stands and stuff. I didn't decorate the inside super much, but there's some like goo pouring out. And then this is probably what was originally kind of a throwaway exhibit, but kind of became my favorite, was the Komodo dragon exhibit with like a volcano, because we made them like an actual dragon basically. So there was like a few ways we went about doing this at first. I used originally fire and then eventually just primitive pieces, but by making them glow, this exhibit with the volcano looks gorgeous at night. It looks like actual lava.
I like the little smoke that's emanating from the mountain.
Yeah, so I added little like mist particles and stuff too. So like it just
I think there's like a
adds to
little
the
rotten
heat.
food particle in there that just adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's just the one of the enrichment items I think, or like food or something.
It's an unintentional effect, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Yeah, so then I just wanted a little like Halloween pathway going through, so you just go through like the bayou basically. This is a little secondary crocodile viewing area. You can kind of like come out onto the porch and look at the crocodiles in the lake. So you can see them there. Yeah, exactly. Like this part was like almost like inspired by like Red Dead Redemption, because I had like the Victorian style like mansion and then like a bayou type thing. And then, speaking of Red Dead Redemption, we're coming up on my Bison and Pronghorn exhibit. And our first of the 2 lemur, I guess, aviaries, cages.
It's a cage. Yeah.
And if you see, you can see one of the lemurs getting shot. And that's because even though this is a awesome looking aviary, I didn't realize that, you know, the lemurs apparently can climb out of the enclosure because of the East Asian planks that I made them out of. I didn't know that at the time, so apparently they can escape. But, you know, it's Halloween. I don't think lemurs are gonna bother anyone, so but yeah, now we come to the what was that, Croco? Yeah, I have like a couple little like Easter eggs and stuff that I threw in there. So this is the Bison and Pronghorn range. It's nothing really to write home about. It's just the other end of the mansion. In this part of the zoo, I wanted to make a little nicer than the other ones. Like the other parts were all inspired, like moving.
I think I see a lemur running around in the bison paddock.
Yeah. Yep, there he goes. So the rest of the zoo is like inspired by like, you know, movie monsters and stuff, but I just wanted to make this area like a general fall type enclosure area type thing. And speaking of aviaries, here's my actual aviary. So I made these owls made out of custom props. They're like gutter pieces and stuff. So I made these ones. I know people have made much better owls on the workshop recently in the days following. But yeah, these ones, their eyes are made out of light bulbs, so they actually glow in the dark at night. And then we come up on our first of 2 of ZZ's animals that I've used. So ZZ has been making a bunch of animals out of like gutter pieces and stuff recently. So I really like the Raven model they made. And so there you go. They're like picking at some bones and flesh and stuff. And so then over here, I made a scarecrow and I have a raven on it. And then I was thinking about, oh, well, that doesn't really make much sense. So, you know, how did the raven get out of the enclosure? So I intentionally went out of my way to add a little hole with the raven escaping. Yep. So then over here we have, so these cornfields I basically made using like custom props. And they're very taxing on the game, believe it or not. So each air of corn is like different, is like 100 gutter pieces. So if you multiply it by an entire cornfield's worth, you know, you get to a decent amount. And then if you guys want it, there's a little cut through area over here that takes back to the food court. So I just added that in, like, just for convenience sake for people going through the park. And then we get to probably my favorite part, which is my evil carnival circus area. So you go through an evil clown face, and then you arrive at the circus. So Ferris Wheel was not made by me. I added the pumpkin, but and changed the color and stuff. But the Ferris Wheel was made by Mad Panda Gaming, so I also want to shout them out. So yeah, so we have our Indian elephants in circus format of just a basic fence with nothing but sand. We have my circus ungulates, so we have different forms of llamas and zebras and camels. That just kind of, you know, the standard circus ungulates that you find everywhere. And then probably what everyone really liked about this area, which is my what do you call these things? Menagerie.
Circus wagons.
Circus wagons, yeah. But basically, yeah. So I have bears, a gorilla, and lions, and yeah. So everyone was wondering how I did this. Basically, they're all, this entire area is technically a habitat made of null barriers, and then literally as soon as they were dropped off into the enclosure, I would immediately just move them directly into the cages. And so now their movement area is literally like nothing, so they can only like move back and forth basically a little bit. They can turn around and do whatever. But
Didn't PETA like free the animals that were on like Barnum's Animal Crackers, the wagon and stuff?
yeah, cause which I kind of like that old design. Like I really like the like old animal cracker box style of animals. But yeah, they like made it so that now the animal crackers are like escaping, I guess, or like running free. And so finally.
Crackers only live for a while, they're domesticated.
And so finally, we have the giant circus tent, which was a lot of work, but it's made out of East Asian planks, as you can see. But I put this up on the workshop if anyone's curious. But this is featuring my tigers, including my white tigers, which were a big pain to get. I spent over 2 hours just refreshing the adoption center, because I'm in Sandbox, just to get some. Didn't work out, so I instead had to technically mod them in by basically changing the spawn rate of albino tigers to be like 50% instead of 0.006% like they are normally. So using, you know, like the mod that I made, I don't know if I'll probably release it at this point just because I feel like it's a useful one.
I don't understand why Frontier doesn't do that. It should be a 25% chance, so in the 4 animals you get, there should always be at least one albino/melanistic.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why that's not a thing. So this is again another one of the little lemur enclosures. Literally the exact same as the red ruffed, only this one has ringtails. And then basically we're coming and rounding out the zoo now. So this was also another one of Minty's ideas. This was I wanted to have a black cat enclosure, which was basically, you know, obviously using the Black Panthers. And so he was like, yeah, what if you made it like a literal like New York City alleyway? So I made it like a quick little minimalistic version of like a city street. This dumpster I got off the workshop. It was made by Max Aeneas. And so I just want to, you know, thank them because that's an awesome looking dumpster. I'm not gonna lie. And then I added some like trash and stuff. Yeah.
Frontier just added this in game.
Yeah, no, I was surprised.
Yeah, there's so many props that we don't have there. Great regenerators.
Mhm.
When has anyone actually used that?
Yeah. So then we come over to the, you know, ghost pirate ship. You can look at
monkey
that
ship.
again. The monkey ship. And then, so this is the other side of
The land of the not living.
the World of Darkness area. And so this is my bat cave. So this is, ZZ made these bats. So you can come in here and it looks really nice. And then it looks way better at night, but basically the exhibit animals also have, I have a few creepy crawlies. We got some centipedes and cockroaches and snakes. I didn't know they actually washed the windows. Did you know that?
Yeah, actually.
Trust me, I'd spend too much time in my exhibits and I see them washing the windows all the time.
Yeah, for me, I just put the layers of light, and I actually put the things down.
Mm-hmm.
They just look nice for
Yeah, so that, you know, brings you back to the center of the zoo, and then you could exit hypothetically. But I just quickly want to just show off what the zoo looks like at night, because I think that's when, like, the zoo really, you know, comes to life, quote unquote. Yeah, so basically if you were to, like, come to this exact same area, obviously, like, everything is, like, a lot brighter and cooler looking at night. So you have like this nice blue light, like that's kind of like ghostly over the graveyard with the hyenas.
This would be an awesome place to trick or treat.
Yeah, the jack-o'-lantern glows in the dark at night. The castle is like a glowing red. the neon glow of the like goo and stuff comes out. It's kind of blinding, not gonna lie. Yeah, so I basically added like little like forms of lighting to the entire, you know, zoo, no matter where you are. So there you go. Like the elephant enclosure is, you know, glowing green. The monkey tree has like some blue. And this is what I was saying about the volcano. The volcano looks really good looking at night. I'm just gonna skip to normal camera for this, because look at how good this is. Like that, it looks really good, and it glows like really bright and stuff. The lake itself glows. Moving over, you can see my you know, pentagram sables and stuff, and then we can take a up close view of the ghost monkey ship. So as you can see, it's like, you know, blue and stuff at night, and you can get on, see all the monkeys running around. Look at them go. And yeah, and then we can quickly just run over. The alleyway is also kind of, you know, lit up. And you can always check out this map on your own on the workshop. It's under Dracula Park Zoo, and I'll have a link in the description if you guys want to download it. But yeah, so I guess just to end out this video, we can do a quick spin on the giant gondola that loops through the entire zoo. Yeah, it's almost like a roller coaster or something.
Yeah.
Planet Coaster's unofficial sequel.
So yeah, let's just go into ride camera. I don't even know where the gondola is right now. Ooh, that's laggy. There we go. I like interest view. I don't know about you guys.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, what was the POV thing?
What was that?
I wonder what it would look like from the guest perspective.
That one's kind of, because I'm not crazy about it, just because the POV is like actually like really bad on the gondola.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, yeah, just because you can barely see anything because of the bars in the way. That's why I always like interest view, because you can kind of fake it like it's an actual. Oh, stop! Come back.
No, stop! Come back.
There we go. Ride camera, and then there we
I
go.
love you.
We'll just cut this part out.
No, probably not. I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna keep it.
I just love how the gondola is like clipping through the trees and all that.
Yeah. So
Magic gondola, you know, it's Halloween, so you use magic.
So yeah, basically you ride past this wolf statue, which I want to shout out. That was made by Shell. It's a gorgeous wolf statue. I was gonna make a custom one, and then I was like, yeah, I can't do better than that. So then the gondola comes through the little rock, you know, cliffside, and then loops around the castle over here. This is where I was saying it feels like it's like the Wizarding World of Harry Potter or something, because like. Well, it's just like that one roller coaster in like Hogwarts where like you just go around the whole thing. And then you loop around the zoo, you get like a nice little view of the graveyard and the river, and this is just a little forested area. And then in a minute we come up around the chimpanzees. This is where I wish that like you could like change the speed at certain times in the coaster or the gondola.
Yeah, you know it's a coaster.
Yeah, the good thing about the Jeep tour, the 4x4 adventure tour, is that you can actually put like indents and hills and all that, so you can actually, so there's a point where they can actually stop and you can just admire a vista point. That's what Mike actually took advantage of for his take on Rudi's Koala Safari.
Yeah. So yeah, as you just.
There's like different elevations in the gondola, like for this ride now, it's not like completely.
Yeah, because again, I think it was like a mixture of like I wanted the sight lines to be, you know, varying heights and that sort of thing. So yeah, that is Dracula Park Zoo. in a nutshell. So it was fun to make. There's a ton of stuff I have on the workshop. If you guys want to download anything I made for this zoo, it's all on the workshop. I have a circus pack. If you just want skeletons, I have any of the big props, the big pumpkin, etc. I know now it's November, and so now we're probably getting into like Thanksgiving, Christmas mood. But
Yeah,
if
we
you
got
want to,
full-on Christmas competition for Flower Zoo.
but if you ever wanted, you know, some spookiness, you know, you could just download any of those props. Or for next year, obviously, like next Halloween, you're probably gonna want some stuff. So, but thanks for watching. Roger Williams Park Zoo will be coming back, as well as Mystic. I've been working on some mods they can verify, and so both of those series will, you know, be coming back. Atlas Park also, I have the next episode recorded, just have to edit it. So now everything is all set, and I'm going to be doing an update video soon for my channel for surpassing 700 subscribers, and that'll just cover pretty much a channel overview, everything that I'm going to be doing. I have some cool stuff in the works. So thanks for watching, and happy belated Halloween, everyone.